Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is our privilege today to have in our studio H2.0 television and also in our institution, the Faculty of Sociology Psychology of the University of Spirit, to have His Holiness Venerable Tanpai Rinpoche. Thank you, Master, for accepting with so much generosity our invitation. We are thoroughly grateful. Allow me to say very few words about your extraordinary life and activity. Venerable Rinpoche was born in Tibet in the Kailash mountains. He journeyed from a young age to Nepal. He studied in India with many great masters and also in the renowned Sanskrit University of Varanasi. In 1990, he founded and he built the most advanced monastery from Nepal in Kathmandu, the Royal White University and monastery, and also the Institute for Religious Study.
You are right, sir. You are right.
His Holiness traveled all around the world, and with the aim of helping all sentient beings. His life is dedicated to peace, to unify all the religion and to enlightenment. Is it, Venerable Rinpoche, something in particular that you may wish to share with us from your extraordinary life and, let me say, from your epic activity?
Yes, thank you, Professor. I got this university and the university, the dean and directors and professor give me this opportunity that I have a chance to speak what I have to speak from my heart. And all the introduction that you made is 100% correct. I was born in Mount Kailash with a very divine sign that this little boy who was born will bring peace and unity in this world. He will protect the world. So a lot of enlightened masters, yogis came there. They celebrate and they greet me, and my mother and father told me. And then actually, even though nobody inspired me, there was a natural kind of inspiration in my heart that I was born for this world, to protect this world and all human beings. So that's why I had to study all these religious studies and respect all religion and all religious kind of tradition and culture. And actually I understood that all religion, all culture shares one divine essence, one divine truth. That universal peace and harmony is the essence of all culture, essence of all religion. Universal everlasting freedom is the essence and nature of all the culture and tradition and religion. Universal everlasting forever loving heart is the divine nature of all religion and heart of all human beings. And the great bliss of enlightenment is divine nature, divine truth of all religion and all heart of all human beings. So I realized that even though all religion shares different language, different culture, different outlook, but essentially they are all one. They are all universal peace, they are all universal freedom, they are all universal everlasting loving heart, and they are all universal great bliss of enlightenment. And the service is also same, to serve all mankind, to love all, to serve all, and protect all. And all religions share same essence, same divine truth, and also share same divine duty, some divine service to serve all mankind, to love them all, to protect them all, and to respect them all. So knowing this, I was very interested, very devoted to all religion. So in order to study the essence of all religion and the philosophy of all religion, I went to university in Varanasi, where I studied 10 years until I became Doctor of Philosophy. So And then what I studied was intellectual study. And it was necessary for me to realize, to get the realization and enlightenment, so that my knowledge is not limited in intellectual, but more in the realization of the truth. So I stayed like 4 years, traditional 3-year retreat, practicing the divine technique of enlightenment with my master 16 Karmapa. And after I studied 16 years, 16 years and practiced the meditation 4 years, then I was appointed by my spiritual master to go to the world and teach all the people in this world and wake them all and urge them to wake up, and then to urge them to work for peace and unity. Because without achieving the peace and unity in this world will not survive. So that's why every human being must believe and concentrate that we are all one, that we are all children of God, children of Buddha, and we all share some same divine truth, some divine nature, and we all have a same divine service to love all and serve all and protect all. So in this way I complete my studies in 10 years in university, and then I finished the 3-year retreat, and then I was enthusiastic to teach this world, to wake up all human beings to work for peace and unity. So we are all one.
It is a remarkable adventure, and allowed me to say that it's incredible what you have done, and realize it's unique, and we desperately need your message, your personality, and your work, because every day it's happened. Even I feel it myself in my heart that we are full of negative emotions, and we need to purify them. How can we practice this necessary work of purification? We are here also in a faculty of psychology. What will be your message towards the students in psychology, and how can they purify and look at their souls and see the negative emotions?
Yes, Professor, I'm very honored that you asked me a very important question. It's a very practical question for all the viewers and all the human beings who really wants to be spiritual and who really wants to learn the spiritual technique of purification and transformation. So, the negative emotions, the anger, the jealousy, the greediness, the doubts, the stupidity, all these 6 negative emotions, they are caused by ignorance and egoism of human being. The ignorance is not other than that we all are misunderstood with the truth of ourselves, that we have misjudgment with ourselves, that we have ignorance, not able to realize our own divine truth, with our own divine nature, which is universal peace, which is universal freedom, and with our own divine nature, we are forever loving nature. So without realizing this truth, out of ignorance, out of misunderstanding without truth, people get lost in the world of ignorance and the world of egoism, and experience endless suffering and fear caused by ignorance and egoism. So that's why egoism and ignorance give birth of all negative emotions. Egoism and ignorance give birth of anger, give birth of jealousy, give birth of greediness, give birth of desire, give birth of doubts, give birth to all negative thoughts. Each of those negative emotions and thoughts bring endless suffering and fear. They cause endless suffering and fear. But fortunately, these negative emotions, this ignorance, this egoism, which cause endless suffering and fear for every being, but actually they are not our reality. They are not our truth. They are not our divine nature. They are not our divine truth. They are our cover, our shell, our obstacle, which we have to peel out. Until we peel out the shell of obstacle or shell of egoism, and until we purify the shell of ignorance, we cannot reach our divine essence, which is universal peace. We cannot enjoy our divine essence, which is universal freedom. We cannot enjoy our universal divine nature, which is forever loving nature. And we cannot enjoy our divine quality, which is a great bliss of enlightenment. and we cannot enjoy our divine treasure, which is the treasure of God, treasure of Buddha. So that's why it is compulsory, for us to remove our ignorance and purify egoism. Once our ignorance is purified by the wisdom of enlightenment, and our egoism and selfishness is purified by the practice of loving kindness, only then we are able to enjoy our divine nature, divine treasure, divine essence, which is a great bliss of enlightenment, which is the universal loving heart, which is the great bliss of enlightenment, which is universal everlasting freedom and universal peace and harmony. So that's why, in order to reach our divine essence and able to enjoy our divine treasure, which is the universal peace and harmony, which is the universal freedom, which is the universal everlasting loving heart, we must peel out our shell, our clouds of ignorance and egoism. And we have technique to purify it. The wisdom of enlightenment, that you can learn from your spiritual master, by practicing this, by developing this wisdom enlightenment, everybody is free to remove their ignorance. And after they remove the ignorance, then they are able to enjoy their divine essence, which is a great bliss of enlightenment. And the other essential technique to purify egoism is by practicing and developing the wisdom of enlightenment, and by practicing and developing the nectar of loving compassion, practice of loving compassion, and practice of tolerance, practice of forgiveness can transform and purify our egoism, and able to peel out the shell of our egoism and reach our essence, which is forever loving essence. So that we are forever, when our mind is free from egoism, when our egoism is transformed and purified, only then we are able to realize our divine nature, which is forever loving nature, and then we are forever free to love all, serve all, and protect all, and respect all, forever. We become a divine protector of beings forever.
The nectar of love and compassion, it sounds beautiful, and allowed me to say the following. It is so hard to learn how to love. From love, there are many negative emotions. There are family where love is misunderstood, and the children are born in environment when hatred it is a usual effect, and it's so hard, and there's so many suffering in there to can be able to know the true love, the true compassion. I was wondering sometimes, how can I try to be loving with a person which is so poisoned with hatred, and it's so hard for me, Venerable Rinpoche.
Yes, I'm so happy. This is such a practical question, a very helpful question, and I wish that my answer will be a very big help and guidance for all listeners and viewers. You see, this, first of all, it is very important for us the quality of love. That we are by nature, universal loving nature. We are not by nature hateful nature. We are not aggressive nature. The egoism and anger is not our nature. This is our obstacles. Our real divine nature is forever loving nature. And we have to give the kind of religious or spiritual studies to the youngsters so that they get enough teaching about the loving compassion. They get enough introduction that everybody have a divine nature. That divine nature is a forever loving nature. Love is our nature. And to give more specific teaching and introduction about love, and teach the student, young people, how to overcome egoism and anger, which is our obstacle, which is not our real nature, which is not our real essence, but it's our obstacle. And then to teach the young people the disadvantage or demerit of anger and egoism, which bring all the suffering and fear. Whereas our true heart love, our true divine nature, which is forever loving nature, by practicing love and by practicing forgiveness and practicing tolerance, how much we can bless our life, how we can become ourselves a great human being, And plus how much our universal loving heart that we believe and we practice can give so much great service, so much protection, so much help for other beings. So that's why I hope that all youngsters in future that they get a special kind of education, special study about universal loving heart. You know? I think it's very, very important. Because when I studied, since I was 12 years, my masters, teachers in my school, they introduced this universal loving heart. We are by nature loving heart. Please practice love. We are by nature not hateful nature. We are not by nature egoism or hatred. Hatred, egoism is our biggest obstacle, biggest enemy inside, which you have conquered by trusting and developing the universal loving heart, which is your divine nature. So from childhood I know this. And then I know how much it's important to love our parents, love our mother, who is the root of our life. How much important it is to take universal responsibility, to love others, to serve others, and then to protect others and respect all. Respect all religion, respect all human beings, respect all living beings. So more you practice love, true heart of love, more you practice forgiveness and practice tolerance, you can feel the universal loving heart within yourself. You can enjoy this treasure of love forever. Our universal loving heart, what we can practice, what we can believe, which is our divine essence, is the treasure of God. The universal loving heart, which is everybody's essence, which is everybody's treasure, is the treasure of God. No? You cannot find a separate God besides the universal loving heart that everybody can develop, which is everybody's essence. So the universal loving heart, universal peace, harmony, which is our essence, which is our divine nature, is another name of God, another name of Buddha, which everybody can develop and enjoy this treasure. No? Yes.
It is an extraordinary perspective. The universal loving heart, is our nature.
Yes.
We are universal loving heart.
Yes.
And it's remarkable for me because, for example, I was born in a perspective when hatred is a part of me and not an obstacle. And maybe this is the major change in me and in us, to see the hatred as an obstacle, not as a nature.
Yeah.
It is so hard, and I'm grateful to you, Venerable Rinpoche, that I see in you a person who loves and who is universal loving heart. And I can learn from you directly, without words. I feel sometimes that words are meaningless because the energy and your activity is love, pure love.
Yes, yes, yes.
Să testăm 150 de mega de la UPC.
Mihai, trec la dreapta! Să înceapă download-ul!
Hai că downloadez eu ceva cu a treia.
Asta-i curvă Fiber Power!